Welcome to the University of Findlay's Arts and Culture Show. I am Sharinda Welton, your host. And today we are welcoming back Miss Kerry Teeple, who is the Deputy Director of Mazza Museum. Welcome, Kerry.
Hi, thank you, Sharinda. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. We had so much fun the last time you were on set covering the history and opportunities to get involved, as well as volunteering opportunities. I thought it'd be great if we could have you back to talk about some more Mazza.
Fantastic, thank you.
You are welcome. So let's talk summer, because a lot of times people think that when the University of Findlay breaks for summer, everything shuts down. So does the Mazza close for summer break?
Absolutely not. Everything shuts down except for Mazza. Because we serve the public as well as the university, we continue with our regular hours, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from noon to 5, and Sunday 1 to 4. The office
Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
Okay, okay.
And the office is open 8 to 5. If one of those times doesn't work for you, you're welcome to call, and we can arrange a separate time.
So does the Fun Day Sunday program also run through the summer?
The Fun Day Sunday is only during the school year, October through April.
Okay.
So that ends, Tales for Tots ends. A lot of our school year programming
Sure.
ends at that time.
But there's an opportunity to get involved with Mazza's, is it Summer Institute?
Summer Conference.
Summer
yes.
Conference. So tell me about Summer Conference.
It's fantastic.
I know, I see the promo all the time and drool.
It's really an uplifting experience. So each summer we bring in illustrators and authors to speak at our conference. We have shortened it. Previously was a 5-day conference, now a 3-day conference. And this year it's July 16, 17, and 18. And we will be bringing in fantastic talent, Vincent Kirsch, Katie Kath, Floyd Cooper, to name a few. All of the illustrators will be talking about their books, their art, and their process. And anybody is welcome to come and watch. We have registration online that people can look up.
Great. Now, you were mentioning authors that I recognize, but for viewers, could you give us maybe some titles of children's books that they may recognize and then go, oh, yeah, I know who they are.
Right. Well, one of our guests this summer is Hannah Harrison, and she has a really popular book out right now, which is called My Friend Maggie.
Oh, yes.
And this is a book about bullying. But it's a very adorable book about bullying, and it really is useful to teachers and parents when their children are struggling. So that's one of our newcomers. Floyd Cooper, however, has been around forever, and some of his notable books, The Blacker the Berry and The Back of the Bus, really important books to the African American experience and history.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And when they come in, is it a lecture style, or do the illustrators sometimes do creative thinking experiences and demonstrate how they get their art flowing? What is it like?
Yeah, you never know what we're going to see, but typically we ask them to come in and just tell us a little bit about themselves and their art, which is just, that's what they want to do, and they come. Sometimes they're drawing on stage. A lot of times they'll read through one of their books, so that it's great to hear it in their own words. You get to understand what they meant when they were creating it, how they wanted it to be read, and it just adds such a wonderful experience to the book.
So that's open to community. Anyone is able to attend. Do you have opportunities for continuing education units or CEUs for people in the field of education?
We do. So people can choose to come to conference either as non-credit or credit. And if they come for non-credit, it's $200 for the 3-day conference. And they will experience 9 illustrators in that time and 2 breakout sessions each day of educational material from teachers in the classroom. So those people who register for non-credit will get CEUs for each day that they attend.
Okay.
You can take it for university credit as well, and up to 3 hours of toward your master's or any other higher education degree that you're going for.
Wonderful. And what a great way to spend your 3 days.
Yeah, it's the best class you ever took.
Positive energy and creativity.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I took it twice, so I can say it's the best class you ever took.
And then are there opportunities for the attendees to interact with the illustrators and authors? Is there a meet and greet, autograph sessions, anything like that?
We have autographing sessions, at least 2 a day, where you definitely do get one-on-one time with the illustrator. They're the most wonderful people in the world and are so happy to talk and meet people, as well as get a picture taken. And then in the evening, we have special dinner times, and it's usually at a restaurant, possibly at Dr. Fell's house again this year.
Who is the president?
Who is the president of the university, absolutely. And so when we have that kind of situation, the illustrators are there, and they're so happy to get to know people and just chat with others that have attended the conference.
And have a passion for
Absolutely,
the same thing.
yeah.
Now, one thing that we didn't chat about that's part of the Mazza Museum that I'd like to cover today is the gift store.
Oh, yeah.
The bookstore, because it ties in directly with the artists and illustrators. So people have an opportunity when they attend conference to also purchase
Yes,
and get autographs within the books.
absolutely.
So will you tell us a little bit about the store?
Sure. So our gift shop has books and toys and plush items for sale. A lot of really unique and special items in the museum. For our conference time, we do order the books from the illustrators who will be speaking, so that those are always on hand, and we offer them to conference attendees for 20% off, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
And on top of that, all of the proceeds from the Mazza gift shop go back to the museum for programming and educational support.
And are the hours of the store the same hours
They are.
as the museum is open?
Yes, they are, noon to 5, Wednesday through Friday, and then Sunday 1 to 4.
And is there an opportunity for people to become members of Mazza? I know before, if you gave a percentage, so much money, then you became a member, so you could get a discount at the store and some special opportunities. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. We call those people Mazza enthusiasts.
Oh,
so with a $25 donation, you become a Mazza enthusiast. So we don't have, our museum is free and open to the public at all times.
Correct.
So the perk of being a Mazza enthusiast, besides giving your donation to our educational programming, is also a 10% discount in the gift shop at any time.
Wonderful. And I know that there's special times through themed holidays that you have extra little fun open houses going on there. And that's volunteer run also, correct?
That is. We rely really heavily. We have 5 staff members and about 100 volunteers in the museum, and we rely on them so heavily to do just a wonderful job for us.
That's great. So summertime, you have the opportunity to come through the Mazza Museum and enjoy it. There's an upstairs room that's also fun that has a cool slide that people can slide right down into the main museum, and that's available for interactive and 5 sense experience.
Yes, hands-on learning. So that is what we call the White Discovery Loft, and that was put in place by Eugene and Marjorie White, who are fantastic supporters of not just the Mazza Museum, but the arts in general in our community.
Yes,
and they helped to fund that.
Such generous individuals.
They are wonderful.
And she was my piano teacher.
Oh yes, she's great,
I love
Margie.
her.
Yeah.
So let's talk about travel, because so many times when you're learning about a museum, you're going to that location. But Mazza affords opportunities for people to travel.
Yes.
Tell.
Okay. So you can come to Mazza and experience the authors and illustrators in person at our summer conference. But as you were mentioning, we have a study tour where we go to the homes and the studios of the illustrators who create picture books, which is an amazing opportunity. Last year, we went to Portland and Oregon. We visited 30 illustrators and authors in their homes and studios in 1 week. It was wild. And
this isn't just staff. This is
anybody.
They can sign up and pay.
Absolutely,
and go.
yeah. We each year in June we run the trip. Typically, we start taking registrations for that in February or March. So watch for that. This year we're doing a small, we call it a mini study tour. We've broken it down to a big study tour one year and a mini study tour the next.
Okay.
This year is a mini study tour to the Cleveland area. I bet you didn't know there were a lot of children's book illustrators right here in Ohio, and in the Cleveland area, it's packed. So we're going to get to see.
I actually did know that.
You did, yeah. So we're going to get to see about 10 illustrators in one day, go to 3 homes and studios, and then have dinner with the others.
Wonderful.
And enjoy hearing about their work. To get to meet them face to face and see their studio is
In their
one
space.
incredible thing.
Sure. And how generous of them.
Yes. Oh, like I said, they're the nicest people on earth, and they love sharing what they do.
So we get to travel. Does Mazza ever take any of their artwork and does it travel?
It does.
So I could be in another part of the country and see advertisement to come see Mazza.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes,
Tell us.
so we've had, and that's really kind of growing recently. We had an exhibit at the National Academy of Sciences in Washington, D.C. for a STEM exhibit. They're right next to the Smithsonian. They had never had children in their museum before. They called us the day before the exhibit and they said, "We've got strollers, what do? We don't know." So yeah, it was good, and it was a good experience for them. And after that, it kind of ballooned. People noticed that, and they've been asking. So we do take exhibits on the road. We had one in Columbus last summer at the Rife Gallery called Ohio, the Start of It All. And what we're working on right now is really extra special. We are collecting art from picture books about the Underground Railroad, which, as you know, Ohio was a wonderful abolitionist movement state, and there were a lot of fantastic people who were empathetic to the situation of enslaved people and helped them escape to freedom. So we have acquired art from the books. We talked to the Freedom Center in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Wonderful
the
place.
National Underground Railroad Museum. And our show will open up there in June of 2019. And then after it stays there for about 6 to 8 weeks, it's going to travel to communities, libraries, and schools along the Underground Railroad from Cincinnati back to Findlay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really special.
Very, very special. Very exciting. Sadly, we've said goodbye to Jerry. He passed, but his spirit lives on.
Absolutely.
And I know that he is high-fiving and just flapping those angel wings.
Yeah.
Because his vision has continued to expand beyond what anyone started to imagine.
Yeah.
But I think he always knew it was going to go this direction.
I do too.
So, wow, so exciting. And Findlay actually has some homes that are connected to the Underground Railroad.
Yes.
So it's neat that we're connecting all of those cities along the way.
Right.
Whenever-
It's a beautiful exhibit, and we're taking the history, which is very important to understand, and we're applying it to today's kids, because it's one thing to understand history, but it's another thing to be able to apply it to your life. So helping people in need, speaking out when you see something that's wrong, and standing up for what you believe.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming back in and sharing
My pleasure.
more about Mazza.
My pleasure.
And we are excited to continue the journey with Mazza, and I know there are more wonderful things to come that we'll have you back on set to chat about.
Great. I look forward to it.
Thanks, Kerry.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to today's segment of UF's Arts and Culture Television. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.